Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's edition of The Porch as we gather together here for really coming up to the final week of 2023. And I do want to welcome all of those that are coming on Facebook Live, Clubhouse, Crusaders Ministries. Welcome, Fivefold Ministry Academy, Impact University students. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you as we continue our discussion on favor for 2024. Favor for 2024. We're closing out 2023, getting ready to cross over into 2024, decreeing favor, teaching on favor. It's been a great year here on social media, and I've enjoyed so much sharing with you as you come on and as you partake of what we're doing here on social media. Let me just say it this way. Grace, peace, mercy be multiplied unto all the saints. Welcome, the saints, wherever you're coming in from. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Europe, Africa, West Africa, East Africa, South Africa, New Zealand, Australia, Asia, the Caribbean, Canada, all across the United States of America, Central America, South America, wherever you're viewing me from. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being a part of this teaching today. I am going to give a few brief announcements before we start today's lesson. I do want to remind the members of Crusaders Church that I will be in ministry at Crusaders tomorrow, Saturday, and that will be December 23rd, Saturday at 2 p.m. and at 3821 South Michigan on the south side of Chicago. 2 p.m. Looking forward to ministering there. Kathy Summers Kelly, the ASAP band, will be in service. So all the members of Crusaders, let's close out the year strong. Let's close out 2023 strong as we have the next to the last service of this year. 2 p.m., 3821 South Michigan. Also, don't forget, if you're planning on being a part of our New Year's gathering, January 4th, 5th, and 6th in Miami, Florida at Jesus People Church. And that will be our State of the Church gathering. Myself, along with Apostle Francina Norman and Sophia Ruffin Wilson, Leslie Osei, and others are coming from all over the country, some coming from out of the country to this beginning of the year gathering. It's going to be Thursday evening. I'll be ministering Thursday evening, Friday, all day Friday. During the day, Sophia Ruffin Wilson will be ministering. Friday evening, Leslie Osei will be ministering. And Saturday, we'll have panel discussions during the day. You'll be able to get back if you need to get back for your Sunday service. So go to FrancinaNormanMinistries.org, FrancinaNormanMinistries.org to register. And if you can't make it in person, you can register for our live stream online event, and that is at JEBiblestudy.com, JEBiblestudy.com. The dates again are January 4th, 5th, and 6th. New Year's beginning of the year gathering, Miami, Florida. If you're in the cold north like I am, Chicago, New York in the north, Wisconsin, and you want to get south and nice warm Miami, join us. We're going to have a great time. Also, of course, I'll be doing something special January 1st and 2nd with our New Year's prayer and prophetic decrees for 2024 through Impact University. Many of you are part of Impact University on the mailing list. Registration for that is free of charge. And join me on that first evening of the new year, January 1st and January 2nd. We'll have others coming on as well, giving a prophetic forecast for 2024. So I'm looking forward to that as well, January 1st and 2nd. So we have quite a number of things coming up, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm also encouraging those who have been listening and watching me during the year, and you may not have had a chance to sow this year. It's the last month. I want you to sow a seed into what I'm doing around the world in our ministry globally. And I'm asking as many of you as possible. First, I want to thank all of those who've been partnering with me financially. I really, really do appreciate your giving, your sacrifice. I don't take it for granted. And I always decree favor, grace, blessing, prosperity, abundance, multiplication, and increase over your finances. And I'll do the same thing today. If you want to sow a seed for this month, I'm asking as many as possible to sow a seed with the number 12 in it, $12, or many are doubling it, sowing a seed of $24 as we get ready to go into 2024. Some are giving seeds of $112 or $120, $50.12. If you want to do that, go to the giving addresses that I've given. Cash App at AJE Global. AJE Global is the Cash App. And PayPal at Apostle JE the number 1. Apostle JE the number 1. You can also give through Facebook Live. And by the way, don't forget to share today's broadcast. Please put it on your page. Help me to get more people involved in these broadcasts. Facebook does not notify all of my followers, so I need you to help me to get the word out by sharing it on your page. So don't forget to do that. You can give through Zelle at ECKHJOHN@gmail.com. ECKHJOHN@gmail.com. And as you sow, I've been decreeing that a scepter of favor will be released over your life, that the King would release a scepter of favor over you for 2024. Remember, when Esther, who received favor from the king, came into the king's presence, he put forth the scepter, which was the favor of God, inviting her to come in. And so I'm praying and decreeing that a scepter of favor will be extended over your life for 2024. I decree more favor, more grace, James 4:6 for 2024. I decree that you will increase more and more in 2024. That's Psalms 118. I'm sorry, Psalms 115 and verse 18, Psalms 115 and verse 14, Psalms 118. I pray that God would send prosperity now. Psalms 102 verse 3, that wealth and riches will be in your house. Psalm 66 and 12, that you come into a wealthy place. I decree Ephesians 3:20, exceeding abundantly above all that you can ask or think. And Philippians 4:19, all of your needs will be met according to his riches and glory. And then 2 Corinthians 9 and 8, that God will give you all sufficiency in 2024. You'll have all sufficiency, everything you need. And also Psalms 84:11, that God will give you grace and glory, favor and honor, and no good thing will he withhold from you. Scripture says, no good thing will he withhold from them that walk uprightly. Psalms 84 and 11. I pray even as you get ready, as we go into 2024, many will be sowing first fruits, that according to Proverbs 3, that as you honor the Lord with your first fruits, that your barns will overflow with plenty, and your presses will burst out with new wine. I decree Job 22:25, that you'll have plenty of silver, prosperity, plenty of it. And also Haggai 2:8, the gold is his, the silver is his, that God will give you plenty of it. Prosperity, abundance, multiplication, increase would be your portion in the months and even years to come. I decree it now. Favor, favor, favor over your life as you sow and give and close out this year. Thank you for going to the giving addresses and giving today. I really do appreciate it. And we're just going to continue to do that as we close out 2023 and go into 2024. Now, I've been sharing, and let me remind you that Monday is Christmas, so I will not be doing any broadcasts on Christmas. No Clubhouse or Facebook Live on Christmas. I want you to be with your family, enjoy your family. I know there'll still be people doing broadcasts, but I will not be doing any. I'll come back Tuesday, December 26th. So we'll enjoy our family's rest on the Christmas holiday. Merry Christmas to many of you. Many during the New Year fast. They start the year off with fasting. I do have a book I recommend. It's called Fasting for Breakthrough and Deliverance that I've written. And it has the different things that fasting would do, breakthroughs in your life. I encourage you to get a copy of that if you're going to fast at Amazon.com. And today I'm going to talk about Zion. God favors Zion. And I have a book called I Am Zion. One of my favorite subjects in all of Scripture is the subject of Zion, the mountain of God, the church of God, heavenly Zion. That's who we are as a people, the people of God, the saints of God. We are Zion. And this book is also available at Amazon.com. Yesterday I talked about this book, Daily Decorations for Spiritual Warfare. For those who want a daily devotional, it's as a scripture and confession for every day of the year. Daily declarations for spiritual warfare. Okay, let's get ready to share on the people that God favors. God favors the humble. God favors the meek. God favors the generous, the giver. God favors those who are upright. God favors the saints, his people. God favors those who are blameless. Different people that God favors. And this verse is one of my favorite verses. And it's found in Psalms 102 and verse 13. It says this: Thou shalt arise and have mercy. Thou shalt arise and have mercy upon Zion, for the time to favor her, yea, the set time is come. So God favors Zion. What is Zion? Who is Zion? Well, at one time, Zion was a physical place. It was actually a fortress that David conquered from the Jebusites. And it became the city of David, Zion. It became the place that represents dominion, power, authority, the king. It represents worship, glory, teaching, deliverance, praise. It represents, it really was a type of a greater Zion, which is the heavenly Zion. In Hebrews 12:20, I believe it's 12:24, it says that you've come unto Mount Zion, the heavenly Jerusalem. So the Old Testament city, the physical city, was a type of something greater. We now have the greater. We now come. And it says you come on the Mount Zion, the heavenly Jerusalem, unto the church of the firstborn. So the church is Zion. The church is present day Zion. Zion is a people. Zion is the group of people called the saints. It has no geographical location now on the earth. Okay, it has no border. The kingdom has no geographical location. The kingdom is spiritual. It's inward. As a matter of fact, Zion is really in your heart. You need to have a Zion heart. And you are Zion. That's why I call this book, I Am Zion. It's your identity. And when you study Zion, amazing subject. Zion was a place of praise, worship, music, psalmists, minstrels, dancers. It was a place of glory, the place of deliverance. Upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance. Obadiah verse 17, upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. So it's a place of holiness, a place of possessing your possessions. It's the mountain of God. Zion is a place of dominion, authority, the city of the king. It's a place of righteousness. It's a place of teaching and revelation. It's a picture of the church. The church should have all of these characteristics. The church should be a place of dominion, power, authority, deliverance, healing, miracles, praise, worship, glory, teaching, revelation, dominion, gathering of the saints, praise, worship, dancing, celebration. Zion was in Judah. Judah means praise. So Zion is a place that God favors. God favors this people, the saints, the praisers, the worshipers, the deliverers, the prophetic people, the prophetic worshipers, the prophetic minstrels and psalmists, the glory carriers. These are the people that God favors. And when we talk about favor for 2024, if you want the favor to be upon you, then you need to be a part of Zion. You need to know what it means to be a Zion believer. You need to know what Zion represents. Study this subject in Scripture. It's an amazing subject. I believe it's mentioned more in the book of Psalms, because Zion is the city of David. David represents the kingly, the authority of God. He represents the prophetic. He represents worship. He represents glory. He represents the favor of God. God favored David. So we're Davidic people. We're worshiping people, especially prophetic people. Prophetic people are people who worship prophetically, sing prophetic songs, prophetic musicians and minstrels and psalmists and dancers and celebration, prophetic worship. That's Zion. That's what God favors. If you want God's favor on your life, you need to be Zion. Okay, and it's not enough to have the title on your church. Zion has certain characteristics that Zion represents: deliverance, casting out demons, setting people free. Obadiah verse 17. Obadiah only has 21 verses. Verse 17 says, upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And then verse 21, the last verse says, and deliverers shall arise on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau. Esau represents the flesh and what is demonic. So Zion is a place where deliverers come from. People that deliver people, set people free. Those are Zion people. God favors deliverers. God favors deliverance. Okay, God favors worship, praise, glory, celebration, joy. Blessed are those who know the joyful sound. I'm writing this new book called The People That God Favors, and I have in there one of the people that God favors are those who know the joyful sound, those who know joy, those who celebrate, dance, praise, rejoice. Praise and worship should not be a boring, routine thing. It should be full of glory, celebration, joy, gladness. This is what God favors. We need to know that God favors certain things. He favors Zion, Psalms 102 and verse 13. Again, get this book. It's a very comprehensive book on the subject of Zion and what Zion represents. I preached on this for many, many years. And it's an amazing, amazing subject that covers, I believe, who we should be. Let me give you the titles, the chapters in this book. Chapter 1 is called A Chosen Place for Chosen People. So Zion is a place of the elect. It's the stronghold of God. Zion is a fortress. It's the habitation of God. Psalms 132 and verses 13 and 14. It's a place where God dwells, God's presence. So Zion believers are people that love presence and glory. You can be born in Zion. It's a place of those who are born again. This man was born there in the book of Psalms. So it's a place for born again believers. It's the place where the river of God flows. Psalms chapter 46 and verse 4, there is a river whereby the streams make glad the city of God. Zion is the city of God, a place of the river, a place of the flow, a place of the flow of the Spirit of God, a place where the Spirit of God flows. You have to have a Zion heart. It's really something inward, because the kingdom is inward. It doesn't come with observation. It's in you. That is in Luke 17 and 20. A place of worship, the doorway to the glory realm. Okay, I like that chapter because I love the glory. It's the blessings of Zion, the glory realm. What happens? Isaiah 60, when glory comes on you. Number 2, you can't stay small. The last verse in Isaiah 60 says, a little one shall become 1,000 and a small one a great nation. So you can't stay small. The weight of glory. Glory, the word kabod means weight or heaviness. The authority and strength of the Zion believer. It's a place of authority, dominion, power, and deliverance. And these are all characteristics of Zion people and Zion churches. And then God's mercy upon Zion. You know, the verse I just read, it says that God will have mercy upon Zion. The time to favor her has come. So in favor, there's also mercy. Mercy, grace, loving kindness is in favor. So when you have favor on your life, you have the loving kindness and mercy of God. The mercy of God comes. His mercies are new every morning. Almost every morning I get up, I believe God, new mercy for me this day. Your mercies are new every morning. So we're going to talk about that some more in Clubhouse. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing the room here on Facebook. Don't forget, Saturday, Crusaders Church, 3821 South Michigan. Only 2 more services left for this year, so don't miss it, Crusaders. And don't forget, no social media on Christmas morning, Monday. Have a great Merry Christmas. See you Tuesday as we continue on the porch. And as always, in departing, until you hear from me again, God bless you and double shalom. God bless.